What if I told you that the most alien landscapes in the universe aren't light years away? They are right here beneath our feet. From a lake that turns living creatures into stone to a fiery crater that has burned for half a century, our planet is hiding secrets that defy every law of nature. These aren't movie sets or digital illusions. They are real, they are breathtaking, and some of them are incredibly dangerous. Today, we are leaving the map behind to explore 25 of the most unusual places on Earth. Places that prove, once and for all, that reality is far stranger than fiction. Located in Bolivia, this is the world's largest salt flat, spanning over 4,000 square miles. It was formed by the transformation of several prehistoric lakes. When a thin layer of water gathers on the surface during the rainy season, it becomes the world's largest natural mirror. The reflection is so perfect that the horizon disappears, making it a favorite spot for photographers to create mind-bending optical illusions. Located in Tanzania, this salt lake has a chemical alkalinity similar to ammonia, with a pH as high as 10.5. The water is so corrosive that it can burn the skin and eyes of animals that aren't adapted to it. As the water evaporates, it leaves behind a deep red crust caused by salt-loving microorganisms. Animals that die in the lake are often calcified, preserved in eerie, lifelike poses, as if they were turned to stone. Located in Turkmenistan, formed in 1971 when a Soviet drilling rig collapsed into a giant natural gas cavern. This crater is officially known as the Darvaza gas crater. To prevent the spread of methane gas, geologists lit it on fire, expecting it to burn out in a few weeks. It has been burning continuously for over 50 years, creating a fiery orange glow that can be seen for miles across the desert. Located in China, this park features thousands of jagged sandstone pillars, some reaching over 3,000 feet high. The moist climate creates a frequent mist that clings to the peaks, making the mountains look as if they are floating in mid-air. This otherworldly landscape was the primary inspiration for the floating Hallelujah Mountains in the movie Avatar. Located in Nevada, USA. This was accidentally created in 1964 during the drilling of a well. Over time, dissolved minerals began to pile up, creating several multicolored mounds. The brilliant greens and reds come from thermophilic algae that thrive in the hot, mineral-rich water. It constantly sprays water about 5 feet into the air, looking more like an alien sculpture than a geological formation. Located in Yemen. Because this island is so isolated, nearly 1/3 of its plant life is found nowhere else on Earth. The most iconic is the dragon blood tree, which looks like a giant green umbrella or a mushroom. Legend says its thick red sap is actually the blood of ancient dragons. The landscape is so bizarre that many travelers describe it as the most alien-looking place on the planet. Located in Arizona, USA. This slot canyon was carved over millions of years by flash flooding and erosion. The result is a series of smooth, flowing sandstone walls that look like silk frozen in time. During the summer months, shafts of direct sunlight radiate down from the openings at the top, creating god beams that illuminate the dust in the air with a ghostly glow. Located in Colombia, often called the River of Five Colors or the Liquid Rainbow, this river appears quite normal for most of the year. However, between the wet and dry seasons, a unique aquatic plant called Macarenia clavigera turns the riverbed a vibrant shade of ruby red. Combined with the yellow sand, green moss, and blue water, it creates a breathtaking natural spectacle. Located on the border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, this is a massive tabletop mountain or tepui surrounded by sheer cliffs nearly 1,500 feet high. Because the top is so isolated from the forest below, it has its own unique ecosystem. It is often shrouded in thick clouds, giving it the appearance of a fortress in the sky. It served as the inspiration for Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. Located in New Zealand, deep underground, thousands of tiny creatures called Arachnocampa luminosa radiate a soft blue light. These glowworms spin long, sticky silk threads from the cave ceiling to catch prey. When you take a boat through the dark caverns, the ceiling looks like a brilliant galaxy of stars, completely lighting up the subterranean world. Located in Ethiopia, this is one of the lowest and hottest places on Earth. It sits at the junction of three tectonic plates that are slowly pulling apart. The area is filled with neon yellow and green sulfur springs, salt pans, and small bubbling volcanoes. The air is thick with the smell of sulfur, and the ground is a crust of salt and minerals that feels like walking on a different planet. Located in Northern Ireland, this area consists of 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, most of which are hexagonal in shape. They were formed 60 million years ago by a cooling lava plateau. While science explains it through volcanic activity, local legend says the columns were built by a giant named Finn McCool as stepping stones to reach Scotland. Located in Turkey, the name means cotton castle in Turkish. These white terraces are made of travertine, a sedimentary rock deposited by water from 17 hot springs. The water is saturated with calcium carbonate, which hardens into white shelves filled with turquoise mineral water. Humans have been bathing in these thermal pools for thousands of years. Located in British Columbia, Canada, this lake contains some of the highest concentrations of minerals in the world, including magnesium sulfate and calcium. In the summer, most of the water evaporates, leaving behind large spots of minerals. Depending on the specific mineral composition of each pool, the spots can appear white, pale yellow, or even deep green. Located in China, this limestone cave is over 180 million years old. It is famous for its incredible stalactites and stalagmites, which are illuminated by multicolored artificial lights today. The cave contains over 70 ink inscriptions that date back as far as the Tang dynasty in the year 792, showing that it has been a tourist attraction for over 1,000 years. Located in Bohol, Philippines, there are at least 1,200 of these symmetrical, cone-shaped hills spread over 20 square miles. For most of the year, they're covered in green grass, but during the dry season, the grass turns a deep brown. This makes the landscape look like thousands of giant Hershey's Kisses have been dropped across the horizon. Located in Antarctica, this deep red waterfall flows from the Taylor Glacier into Lake Bonny. For a long time, people thought red algae caused the color. However, scientists discovered it is actually caused by a subterranean lake trapped under the ice for 2 million years. The water is extremely salty and rich in iron. When it finally seeps out and touches the oxygen in the air, it rusts instantly, turning a vivid crimson. Located in Western Australia, this lake is famous for its permanent bright pink color. Unlike other pink lakes that change shade with the temperature, this one stays pink year-round. Scientists believe the color comes from a specific type of microalgae called Dunaliella salina. Despite its strange color, the water is safe to swim in, though the lake is mostly viewed from the air for conservation. Located in Mexico, hidden nearly 1,000 feet below the surface, this cave contains some of the largest natural crystals ever found. Some of the gypsum beams are over 30 feet long and weigh 50 tons. The cave is extremely hot, with temperatures reaching 120 degrees Fahrenheit, meaning researchers can only stay inside for a few minutes at a time without specialized suits. Located in China, part of the same mountain range as Zhangjiajie, this area contains more than 3,000 quartzite sandstone pillars. The region is also home to deep ravines, natural bridges, and huge waterfalls. It is a place where the vertical landscape feels so extreme that it defies the laws of gravity, especially when the forest floor is hidden by a sea of clouds. Located in Mauritania, often called the Eye of the Sahara, this massive circular feature is nearly 25 miles in diameter. It is so large that it is best seen from space. Originally thought to be a crater from a meteorite, geologists now believe it is a symmetrical uplift of rock that has been deeply eroded over millions of years. Some even theorize it could be the legendary location of the lost city of Atlantis. Located in Namibia, the name means dead marsh. It is a white clay pan surrounded by the highest sand dunes in the world. What makes it unique are the skeletons of camel thorn trees that died over 900 years ago when the climate changed. Because the air is so dry, the wood hasn't rotted. Instead, the trees have been scorched black by the sun, standing like statues against the bright orange dunes. Located in Iceland, these caves are formed by geothermal springs or meltwater that carves tunnels through the glacier. Because the ice is so thick and dense, it absorbs all colors of light except blue. When you stand inside, you are surrounded by a deep, translucent sapphire glow. These caves are constantly moving and changing shape, meaning they are never the same twice. Located in Peru, situated high in the Andes, this mountain was hidden under ice for centuries. As the snow melted due to climate change, the vibrant layers of sediment were revealed. The stripes of gold, lavender, red, and turquoise are caused by different minerals like iron oxide and goethite. It is a stunning example of how the Earth's history is written in colorful layers of stone. It is easy to forget that we live on a planet that is still capable of surprising us. From the glowing depths of New Zealand to the scorched dunes of Namibia, these locations remind us that the Earth is a living, breathing mystery. Some of these places look like the beginning of a dream, while others look like the end of the world. But they all share one thing in common. They challenge everything we think we know about the natural world. If you could teleport to any of these 25 locations right now, which one would you choose? Would you walk across the mirror of the Bolivian salt flats? Or would you dare to stand at the edge of the door to hell? Let us know your pick in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an exploration into the strangest corners of our world. Until next time, keep looking for the extraordinary.